So, um, we have our paint window up over here. You can see my little pencil going there, and I got to get the calculator set up for a random number. Later, if we get bored, I might let Megan randomly choose some that haven't been used yet. I don't know if you're up for that, but I'm sure you'll pick
I can
one
color
specific
anything
one.
wonderful without the sheet.
Oh, without the sheet?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see what it gets to. And also, we can treat this like a Q&A because it's really relaxed at the moment. So if you have any questions or just anything you want to talk about, post those in the chat. Megan said that she was gonna keep her eye on it every once in a while, and I'll be glancing back and forth. So if I see something pop up, I'll try and acknowledge it.
I'm playing dragons.
She's playing dragons. Uh,
Rise of Burke.
it's How to Train Your Dragons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she really likes How to Train Your Dragons, and there's an iPhone game for it. So she's been playing it like crazy.
For like years.
So I need to get my first random number. So the first random number that is not crossed off is 11, which is lure. That can be uh, that is our noun. So it's not the verb lure, it's the noun lure, which would normally be like a fishing lure, but I guess we can work with it depending on what other words we get.
You like
Um,
poison ivy.
what?
Poison ivy.
I wouldn't be attracted to poison ivy if somebody put poison ivy like on the ground. I mean, it gives you rashes. She's talking about the superhero, I know, but yeah.
Super fan.
Uh, Not according to DC superhero girls.
Oh my god, it's so controversial though. Like,
Um,
they have their good moments, but
the verb is discombobulated, and the
Lure.
adjective slash adverb number 16 is phallic. Great.
Wait, what
So
was the one? Disembodiment?
discombobulated.
Oh.
So we are going to start with a fishing lure. So a normal fishing lure that you see, I think they're called like a brand that would make these would be storm baits. They're pretty common. They just look like a normal fish, and they kind of have like a big belly, and they go out, and then they have this little paddle tail at the end, and it's like a circle like that. And so there's a big hook, and then you got your fish eye, and he's gonna be a happy fish until he sees the other fish that are gonna try and eat him. But so this is what the fishing lure looks like. So there might be some more detail. There might be some scales or something, and but what we'll see is, and it's actually the thumbnail that I've been using for my stream is a bluefish, and what me and my friends will do when we're fishing, if we don't really like a lure, we'll save them up because there's this magical time of year when the bluefish are running through the river in our hometown, and what we'll do is bluefish are they're kind of like the piranhas of Floridian rivers in a sense. They just kind of pack up, and if they get hitting something, they just blow it up as like in a giant pack. So what we do is we get them frenzying, and then we just start dropping all of the crap lures we don't like into there, and they have teeth, so they tear them up. But you end up catching a bunch of them. It's pretty fun. They're all pretty small, maybe like a foot and under, but they are pretty ravenous when they bite on, so they'll fight for a little bit. So we have our storm bait, is what I'm calling it. Oh yeah, the dog is under my girlfriend's legs like a tent.
You can
So,
tilt the camera if you
huh?
want.
Yeah,
Just show them really fast.
she's down there. That's her ear.
Also, I never make it to midnight, so.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. So, we're starting with this. This is our base, and then we need to make it discombobulated until it is phallic. So
I thought we were gonna discombobulate uh, with a fishing hook.
I'd rather go the other direction. Yeah.
I went
s-
the really dark
So if you have the fish that is biting, then there will be uh, some severs, and so we're gonna.
Piranhas.
Like that's what I was saying. They're like the piranhas of the Tomoka River.
And they're gonna discombobulate someone's
Someone's dill.
the like Dashy.
Hmm.
The pug
We were watching Dashi XP before this video,
and
um, and
Markiplier
Markiplier.
and Preston.
So what can happen, I guess, is if this were split in this direction, then perhaps this would split out like this, and there would also be a circular part there. And so you can see how this is getting somewhat discombobulated. A lot of times we just kind of lose the tail, but if you're really lucky, it'll just bite it in half lengthwise, and it'll split out. And then so you have these two kind of just floppy bits at the end that don't really do much, um, but then they end up they can spread out in a sense.
Is the
And
fish supposed to be your phallic?
I think the whole idea was that it was becoming more and more phallic as it becomes discombobulated.
Okay, so the tail is the. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you got it. So then, and perhaps there's a cut
What?
that comes and bites off the eye,
I thought you were drawing a
and
third one.
I think we're actually getting to a finished product with this. We might add some detail, um, perhaps some coloration with the beautiful airbrush effect, um, to get some color over here and like that, and then some more color in the background, perhaps slightly darker because it's further away and there's some shadows, and then maybe we'll get some blue coloring in the body. And let's just go red for the top, for the face area. So this is our lure that has become discombobulated and slightly more phallic. I think that this one is pretty complete, so I'm gonna save this as lure discombobulated phallic, just so I can remember that for later if I want to post it online. I'm not sure if I do.
You could just put as phallic discombobulation.
Hmm? Yeah, I could, but
I'm asking you to cheat.
live and
Is that
learn.
alright?